Hello and welcome to Nolo Time. My name is Obed Velez, and with me is the man that goes against raging bulls and waves red capes. Is Mr. Joel Young. Lives
You're
live
the.
on the edge.
That's right, man. That's right, man. No fear. It's the year of the ox, dude.
Fear the ox. What's up, man? How are you?
Man, I'm doing really good, man. Things are going well here. Keeping busy for sure. I was so busy, in fact, that I was so hyped to play Super Mario, the Mario 3D World, and plus Bowser's Fury. I was looking forward to playing that, and I
Cool.
did not get to play it
Oh,
this last weekend, dude. I was just that busy that I couldn't pop it in. And I'm the kind of
well.
person, if I'm gonna play something like that, I need to have at least an hour. Like, I can't just like put it in and then not. Like,
Oh
that's just
yeah. You
not
gotta commit. You
realistic
gotta
for me.
commit.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, I got to watch a new WandaVision episode. We'll talk about that in a second
Yep.
here. But aside from that, man, I'm doing well. How about you?
Good. Good. Not much going on. I'm trying to think if I watched something of note. I did finish the Transformers Earthrise
Nice.
on Netflix.
We can
Yeah.
talk about it because
Yeah,
obviously we
yeah.
both finished it. Yeah.
Yeah. Man, I did not expect the ending. That I guess we're going Beast Wars for the next season.
Yes.
So that was pretty good. I'm on board. I'm on board. Well, you know what's funny is that watching the show, right? And I was watching. I think it was like the second to last episode or something. It's like, man, this show. I mean, it's rough around the edges, right? But it's enjoyable. It's good. The dialogue is good. The writing is good, right? And then I'm thinking about Beast Wars. It's like, oh man, Beast Wars was nuts. It's like back in the day, like this, archaic CG and all that, and it was rough, but it was still kind of sort of enjoyable back then. Uh, I bet it doesn't really hold up now. And then I get that ending, and it's like, oh, that's cool, that's cool. That's probably how Beast Wars looks in like in the back of my head, right? But if I go back and watch, like Optimus Primal and all that, and it's probably gonna not look that great. But I think it was pretty good, man. That Earthrise, I liked it.
What do you think about that episode where we had that little shift between the 2D animation to 3D? This guy, when he jumps through he travels through time. It's the episode before the last episode. You know what I'm talking
Correct.
about?
When they go through the bridge,
Yes.
Optimus and Bumblebee, and they see like another dimension, and it's like all color, like watercolor and
Yes.
all that. That was really nice. Yeah.
I couldn't tell if that was a callback at all, like to like the old animation.
I don't know if it was a callback to something. I
Yeah, it
really
seemed
couldn't
like it.
tell you. Yeah, it could be a callback to maybe one of the like Armada or something, like one of the
Yeah.
other shows. Yeah, because I know like there's been many Transformers shows. There was like anime Transformers shows
Oh yeah.
that never made it here. Like the was it called like the Master something? Yeah, it was like Transformers. There's a lot of stuff that didn't come out over here. Um, but yeah, I really enjoyed it, man. I was like, oh man, this. Then they brought it back, Scorponok in like a
Yep.
gigantic form, which is very interesting. Like he's usually big, right? But not like a massive transformer. But this was like almost Devastator scale of big. I mean, I wouldn't say as big, but he was pretty big and menacing. Um, Interesting that they what they did with Scorponok was pretty interesting. Um, I think that the way it ended was very interesting. Um, Again, the whole like it's not always black and white with the Autobots and Decepticons was really well done. It was like, I mean, there's gray areas in both.
Yo,
It's
for
like
sure.
that was really well done too. No, I really enjoyed it.
I loved that dialogue between Optimus and Megatron when Megatron is laying out and he's injured after them, fighting on the ship, whatever, and he's got the tube stuck through him,
Right,
whatever.
licking
And,
coolant.
yeah, and Optimus is, hearing him ramble on and on and on about, oh, like this is a war that's been waging, da, 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 it's your fault that they took this thing off planet, whatever. And like I love when Optimus turns around to him and he just gives him like, you wouldn't even be in this position if it wasn't for me. Like you would everything you have is because of me. Like he does not give in at all to his negative gain. It was
Yeah.
what an incredible speech that he gives him in that moment. I was like, oh geez,
Yeah.
Optimus does not care, will not lower his pride, even though he's giving him always another chance. He's still sticking to his guns, and I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. That scene was probably one of the better scenes in the season. Um, no, I enjoyed it. It was good.
Yeah.
It's good. I quite enjoyed it a lot. Other than that, I just watched a couple of the Toys That Made Us episodes on Netflix because I've watched those here and there. I watched like the Ninja Turtles one, of course, and the Transformers one. When I went back and watched the Star Wars one, that one was really interesting, and it because I mean I saw like the OG Kenner toys back when I was a kid, right? Saw them in the shelf and saw the little retractable yellow lightsaber Luke and all this like crazy old vintage Star Wars stuff when I was a little kid. And I also remember they went through like the Dark Ages. It was like from 89 to like 96. There was no Star Wars toys. And I also remember that. I mean, that 89 to 86, that was basically all dominated by Ninja Turtles, basically, at that time. So, so when they started going back, it's like, oh yeah, I remember those. Those are like the Power of the Force series. And it's like, oh yeah, and we came out with the Power of the Force. I was like, yeah, exactly, because I remember those when I was, and you know what? I don't think I have a Power of the Force, but I know I have when Episode 3 came out. I have an Episode 3 Vader is still sealed, and I have I can't remember if they call it like Legacy Collection or Trilogy Collection. Bespin Luke also on also sealed. That's on top of like Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon from Episode 1 that I have sealed somewhere.
Wow.
I
Dude,
just
you gotta have that stuff up on a shelf.
yeah I should they were a little roughed up because they've been in boxes for a while, but they're still sealed.
Yeah.
They're still sealed. Yeah, have a Revenge of the Sith Chewie sealed, a Yoda sealed. Have no Episode 2 toys.
Well,
I
that's
skipped
saying
that
something.
one. Yeah. I skipped that one. Let's say at least my least favorite Star Wars movie. But it was very interesting how the whole Kenner thing and how they did the modeling for the Falcon and all that, and very insightful, and how George Lucas like basically didn't make any money out of toys. I mean, he made like, what was it? He made like 2.5 cents of every figure sold.
Wow.
From 78, because they started coming out in 78. They didn't have any in 77 until 89, and then after that, he reworked the contract because it lapsed because they were not producing any toys, and then and then Jar Jar happened and toys were not selling. I was like, what's going on? Very interesting. Highly recommend it if you're into like the Star Wars toys and whatnot, because it was very insightful. But man, it's crazy that I remember this toys like in the shelf. Like I remember seeing like the Jabba the Hutt playset for Return of the Jedi, and like I said, the retractable lightsaber Luke and all that. So it's like, I'm old, man. It's like it got
Said it.
It got to me. It got to me. It's like, man, I remember all those. It was crazy. Did that. Played a little bit more of the Zelda or Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity. That's still really, really good. And Spidey, still really, really good. Not much to say there on Spidey. I am enjoying that game a lot. It's weird that this game got like IGN gave it like an 8 or something, or 8.5. It's a 9, like solid. It's a solid 9. Yeah.
Short, but it's fine.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm still like it's great because I just get distracted by the side stuff.
Oh, good. Yeah. Yeah.
So I just go as like, let's go get some backpacks and take some pictures.
See, I was fortunate enough to get it during the holidays, so like I had time off that I was just literally
Yeah,
spending an entire day just sitting there, just going at it. We're like now you and I can only, on our weekends or whatever,
yeah,
limited
exactly.
time.
Yeah,
But no, man, it's good.
yeah. I'm still whacking. I'm still like chipping away at that Bloodborne second playthrough that I started. It's, like, it's
Jeez.
dude. What's going on with that stinking game, man? It's like a
You went
game
from like you nearly were gonna give up at
like
one point, and
ignore.
now you're
Well,
just
I went from ignoring it for 5 years,
yeah,
basically,
yeah.
to, to I'm gonna give it a chance. To I'm gonna quit. To I can't stop. It's stupid. Stupid. Yeah,
Nice.
it's really good. Well, I got through the two worst areas in the game already. I'm good.
Mm.
Like two areas in the game that I just do not like. It's like this is like I was playing right. It's like, oh, okay, so I don't want to go here now because if I go here, this thing's gonna happen, and I really don't want that thing to happen. So I want to go over here and do something else. And it's like, oh wait, this is an optional area. It's like, I guess I have to go there, right? And yeah, I just couldn't remember the layout, but it's like once I figure it out again, it's like, okay, let's try and I don't have to kill anything. I'll just run and get to where I need to be. But it was very interesting, very interesting. Yeah, not much other than chipping away at Bloodborne. Joe, you want to talk about WandaVision?
Let's do it.
Is Evan Peters Mephisto and not really Quicksilver?
I've been saying this from the first time he showed up. I mean, you and I went into our theories the other week, and you were talking about, how you feel like he ran into the timeline because of the alarms going off and everything.
He's
And
clearly not supposed to be there. Yeah.
my whole thing was straight up. I just think he's not who we think he is, which I didn't think he's. So I don't believe he's Quicksilver. I mean, the whole Yo Magic thing, that was where I started to get way more of like, I still think that what I'm believed to be true. I still believe
Yo
that
Magic.
he is not supposed to be here. But when we say he's not supposed to be here, I think he's the one who actually is pulling the strings. Like we see that the sucking of the life away from the kid or whatever. It's the Parent Trap they're watching. Literally when the scene opens,
Incredibles, yeah.
the trap is being directly behind him when he's standing there. I mean, there's a lot of little hints there. I'm not gonna say necessarily Mephisto. I think that's been like a lot of people like are hitting that on the nose.
The other one's
I would like
the other
it to
one's
be that.
Nightmare.
A nightmare I think is the more likely scenario.
Yeah.
I could see that being because we are talking about Disney after all, right? Like we are, and if you have, if you have the devil show up on Disney, the conspiracy theories are gonna go crazy.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah. What are they showing our children?
Right. Yeah.
It's not for children though. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, even though it's fictional, I get it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I would like it to be Mephisto because I would like to see, like, this is just me talking. I have no guesses on this, but I'd like to see it go from Mephisto in WandaVision to Mephisto in Loki. Like, not even be the main big bad, but like kind of have some crossover between all the shows this year.
Yep.
Having, like we've mentioned, Wanda show up in both this show and in Captain America, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Like, I would love to see these shows kind of connect and have sort of a mini Avengers on TV, like connections, like throughout this, the same way that they do in the movies. But I don't want if Evan Peters is a character of this nature, I don't want it to be a one-off. I want it to be something that doesn't have to be big throughout the whole thing, but give a little connectivity throughout would be fun.
I mean, could it be that he is the X-Men Quicksilver, but he's also being like affected by the whoever is pulling the strings in the background, like Wanda.
Could it be
right?
just Agnes? Could it just be her alone? There's a lot of theories that she's faking even like where she's at, and she's the one pulling all the strings all together in motion.
Yeah,
Could be. I don't think so, but could be.
Yeah. I'm gonna try my best and stay off of social media tomorrow. It's gonna be really hard because I got a long day at work, so and I'm not gonna
It's
be
a full
home.
hour.
Yeah, the last episodes are gonna be full hours. Um, it's oh man, I'm gonna have to wait until like Saturday to watch it. It stinks. That's
Ah,
gonna be bad.
ouch.
And I have certain people on my social media feeds posting open spoilers, and I am not a big fan. You know what?
Stay strong, my friend.
I'm going
Wake up
to.
early on Saturday.
I'm going. I'm just gonna get. I'm just gonna give them. It's a couple of people that are I like them. They're cool people. But I'm not. They're gonna get a 30-day ban here for just I need to be safe, right? It's one of those
Yeah.
things.
That's what I do with every Star Wars. Whenever the
Yeah,
Star,
yeah,
like, I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I have
You
to shut
earned your
down.
mute. You earn your mute for the next
Absolutely.
30 days. You're not gonna get unfollowed. Just muted for 30 days.
Right.
You're gonna get snoozed. That's it. That's it. No more. But it was another very good episode. The whole Malcolm in the Middle thing was really good. I think the kids were good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I love
Weekend and
their
what-
powers are being
yeah.
shown.
Yeah, it was good. The whole vision falling apart when he crossed the boundary was really interesting. How it was like it was pulling him back, like he does not belong in the outside, right? Like whatever is holding this hex together is holding him together as well. It's really interesting. But also, are there two mind stones now? Because there's clearly one outside now that exists.
I mean, they all had to be returned to their timeline by Cap, so that's one of that had to have been returned. I don't know what they're following up there. And then what I really wanted to talk to you about is the whole who is Monica Rambeau's guy that can get her in. Who is? I mean, everyone's saying Mr. Fantastic, very strong possibility. I mean,
some say that it's Hank McCoy.
Yeah, that would make sense too.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, like one of the easier.
It's a guy, right? Whoever it is, it's a he.
I don't believe that's necessarily true, but I'm more inclined to believe that. I mean, because like they make it clear that it's like some like engineer or something, like aerospace engineer, something along those lines. So it's like, sure.
someone actually saw what was written on the phone, like when she was messaging the guy, and I can't remember, but it was like something. It was like an allusion to like it's a male character.
That's what I figured, because I was like, in theory, the cop out would be you literally just have Captain Marvel show up, crack that thing like an egg, and just get
She's
right
she's
through,
not an aerospace engineer, yeah.
But exactly, that wouldn't make sense.
And they all seem to be sour with Captain Marvel, which is why I think the next Captain Marvel movie is gonna touch on to why they're sour with her. Yeah. So it's interesting. I love this show, dude. It's stinking good, man. It's
great.
It's so good. I'm telling you. Yeah, like I haven't watched any of like the theory videos this week.
Me either.
Because I really want to stay like I want to get surprised by what happens. But it's man, they really did a great job with this show. Fantastic.
Oh, for sure.
So do you think that Darcy's gonna show up in a diner like Two Broke Girls style?
I did not think of that. That would be hilarious, bro.
Like she would
That'd
be like
hilarious. I feel like
she would be the waitress.
the showrunner would do something like that because of knowing, playing fun. That'd be fun.
Yeah, that would be a fun gag. Yeah, and she expanded the hex like, we see her go full power here, and yeah, I mean she's clearly controlling what's going on, right? But again, she doesn't know why she's doing it, which is interesting.
Yeah.
So, very very much looking forward to whatever it is, because it's this whole like Twilight Zone Easter egg Where's Waldo thing that they have going on. It's fantastic.
Amazing.
Fantastic. I love it. There was one little detail that I did want to mention, and it was the there's clear something is clearly affecting like the space-time continuum inside the hex too, right? Because Herb, right, is the neighbor, Like he was getting the reports of things that were happening before they happened. Oh,
yes.
Oh, you're missing candy, and then you saw Quicksilver going around stealing the candy. So
he was moving outside of the time of whatever was going on.
Correct. And so there's clearly like a disruption there. Yeah, very good stuff. I am compelled, sir. It's very good. Very, very good. Cool. Joe, we got a few trailers we want to talk about. Justice League. Did you get your Valentine's present, sir?
That was a great gift. Premiered a little earlier, I think, than what they had initially announced. I think
2
it was
hours,
like 9 a.m. like our time.
2 hours early. Yeah.
I think they initially said 9 a.m. Pacific. So I was like, oh, that's cool, awesome. Separate from before I get into the trailer, I don't know if you've heard this, but I heard this the other day. Supposedly, this entire movie is going to be in that same 4:3 aspect ratio when it's on HBO Max. Like the trailers are like this, and supposedly the movie's gonna be like this too.
So that's supposed to be the IMAX aspect ratio, like the full IMAX aspect ratio. Yeah.
And they're saying that he likes to edit in this format, so pretty cool.
Yeah. So it's not gonna be 4:3, or letterbox,
Yeah, 16:9. Yeah.
Yeah.
Widescreen. Yeah, I'm very curious to see how that totally looks on our televisions when it's the time.
People are gonna be freaking out. I guarantee it, man.
Oh yes, like
I guarantee. Yeah, why does it look like an old movie?
Right.
Yeah, it's like no, it's not old. It's like this is what it looks on an IMAX. It's just that ours is like 110,000 times smaller than an IMAX screen.
I don't know, but time to buy the projector for the backyard.
I wish.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but speaking of a great gift, I mean, they gave us a lot of really new and different stuff. We already seen a lot of new stuff from the past teases, but this official trailer gave us a whole lot of different looks at things that we have never seen. The Batman's tank looking, vehicle, car, whatever you want to refer to it as. That was epic. Granny goodness, which I had joked with you before, and I was like, as a nerd, I'm freaking out. Like, Granny goodness is going to be in this movie. You've got to be sweaty to know what that means.
Yeah, that's like real sweaty. Like I know like by name, right? Yeah. But I really have no idea.
She's it's like how we have Steppenwolf like having this character, like she is one of the heralds of Darkseid. That's very powerful for the new gods. So I'm pretty excited to see how they show the new gods in this, because clearly they're very evident. There's a lot of really cool sequences that are teased in that trailer. There's another thing that I saw. What was the other thing? Before we get into the Joker stuff, because obviously Joker. What was the other thing? I'm missing something else. Give me your thoughts. I might come to mind.
I mean, it's just the overall tone, how different it is from even the first Snyder trailers back in the day, which were good and like in their own music video kind of way. But just the overall tone of the movie compared to what we got, it's just like it's totally different.
Oh yeah.
Like, you can tell that this is like a totally different storyline that has scenes from the old movie that sort of kind of worked back then, but have a completely different context now. It's weird. It's weird. It's super, super weird, man. But I think this trailer was really good. And I think visually the movie looks great. Again, I really appreciate the shift in tone. So, I mean, you knew that I was on board, but I mean, no brainer, man. It's like we finally go back to Nightmare. It's like, give that some significance. It's like, oh, just this one-off thing that happened in that other movie that we're not going to acknowledge at all because it's like not really relevant, but it was relevant.
Yeah.
And that entire sequence was cut out. So 4 hours long, man. It's a long time, but we'll see.
It is, but I'll be there. The Joker stuff though, man, like, obviously everyone, we live in a society. People went crazy because it's the same
That's
line,
like
we get from Joaquin.
they said that he said the thing. He said the thing. He said the,
And I was
he
like,
said,
cool. Like, it didn't hit me the same way it hit some people, but I was like, it's cool. It's cool.
yeah.
Interesting though, when you hear the full line where he says like, we live in a society where there used to be honorable men or something along those
Well,
lines.
where honor used to mean something.
Honor used to mean something. And I'm like, the Joker
Yeah.
talking about honor? Like, feels something strange. But I mean, it's a different take. Is this we've never seen Snyder's take
And
on Joker. We
that's why I still
saw,
think he's Jason.
Aver. Yeah, man.
That's
This
why
is totally different.
yeah. Like I would not surprised that like they end their conversation was like, I'm sorry I couldn't help you, Jason, and she just walks away, or
Could be.
because
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, you was Jason after all. Yeah, I mean that yeah,
happen.
yeah, it could happen.
Obviously, it's the nightmare sequence, but regardless, it's still future.
Yep. Now we knew back in the day when this movie was like, had we started the podcast back then before that movie came out? Oh yeah,
The movie
yeah.
came out 2017. We were what, 2015, something like that. 2016,
No, so we did start around right around that time.
right around.
Yeah, April 2017, I think. Yeah. So, I'm almost certain, Joe, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, that back when the movie and the casting was announced, there was a Nightwing cast for the movie.
I can't remember. I don't want to say you're wrong, but I don't remember.
Okay.
I believe you.
Yeah, I like that. If
Oh, you know what? There was, I think, because I remember them talking about having like the Bat Army, the Bat Family, be in the movie. So I think you're right. That
Okay.
sounds right.
okay, something that they haven't showed us, I don't know. We'll see.
Possible.
Possible. We don't know.
Do you
I'm
think this
excited.
is the end of Snyder's like run? Do you think this is it? Like, it's hard for me to say no. Like, yes, it is, because I don't know, man.
So did you hear like with DC? Yes, I can see him doing a Marvel project or a Star Wars
Really?
project.
Oh, yeah, Star Wars, like I say, yeah.
Yep, yep, I can see it. Like I can see him doing like an X-Men movie for Marvel. I can see that.
See, the Star Wars thing now makes a little bit of sense because wasn't he the same guy that had like he had done like a joke because they was on when they were filming, I think Batman vs Superman, it was like the same time as like Force Awakens or something like that.
Yep.
And he had on set because they were both in Georgia or whatever. Didn't he? Wasn't there like a famous picture of stormtroopers like in Gotham Police or something like he had done like as a joke or something like that on set?
Yeah.
I think it was with like the actual Star Wars people or something. I have to look this up because I think this is true.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
could
because
see-
they were both filming at the same time. They both came around the same
Yeah.
time too. Yeah. Yep. Possibly.
Yeah, because I could totally see that being the case.
Yeah. I mean, we'll talk about Star Wars again after we talk about this, but after we
dude.
talk about the second trailer that we need to talk about, but jeez, Star Wars. Why? I mean, where are you moving your office to Central Florida? Because I volunteer. Because we gotta fix you guys up. But I'm almost certain that you're right. That there was some sort of
I
like
found
joke. Oh, you found it? Okay.
Yep, I'm sending it over to you.
Got it.
That definitely was the picture that he had put out, Snyder,
Okay.
like jokingly.
Hold on, I don't want to kill the stream. To send it over the oh, okay, I see. Oh yeah.
You remember that picture?
Yeah,
with
I
the
remember that
stormtrooper
picture.
and the
Yeah. So I can I think I
I
think
could
that
see a Star Wars project because if he's a Star Wars fan,
yeah.
that would be the one.
I can see that happening. So I guess we'll see, man.
That'd be a great way to get fans excited.
Seriously. Cuz
They need everything right now.
oh man. So do you watch the video I sent you?
Yes.
Okay. I got a funny story about the video. I was trying to help someone at work, right? And I sent this person a link so I can help the person, and I sent them the video. because I thought I had copied the link. It's like I was like, sorry, wrong video, LOL. And then we were talking. I was like, hey, I saw the video. It was pretty funny. I was like, yeah. I mean, I was like, thank God it wasn't anything offensive. It was just, the Motion Picture Association of America or whatever, the Academy of Arts and Science, Motion Pictures Arts and Sciences talking about special effects.
Hopefully, this person at least knows what these movies are about. So.
No, yeah, we're cool. We're cool.
Okay,
yeah. So, but it was pretty funny, bro. Because they disabled the comments on that video that Kathleen Kennedy was talking about, like special effects on movies and whatnot. And then it had like 500 likes and like 10,000 dislikes, and they disabled it too. Like there's pictures of it. Like people grab screen caps of the.
Sure.
Yeah, bro, it's a disaster. Like nobody likes her, and now it's like, I mean, Disney's just running the clock, right? I'm sure that we'll have an announcement like in the summer. I doubt it, dude. Like there's no merchandise is moving. They're not moving merchandise. Yeah. They flopped at the box office. The only thing going on right now good is Mando, which that is
her project still. Well, that's the thing. She can still wave the flag and say like, I got you guys 2 seasons of this thing, great. So I mean, like I think like a lot of these accounts that are, I'm hearing that, Kathleen Kennedy, like that, the moment you start hearing those, I lose complete like trust in those those places, because there's like literally has been zero evidence to prove that it's happened.
Like zero evidence.
Like
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
There's like no way to know, it happens until it actually has happened, because this has been sung for like literally the last year and a half for many people.
Since The Last Jedi, dude.
Yeah, dude, they've been floating this around. Like she literally could be promoted tomorrow to president of, like she could be the new Bob Iger, and there would still be headlines talking about she is no longer. It's hard for me to believe it at this moment. Do I think her days are numbered? Yeah, but I don't think it's like if a decision. Let's put it this way: Disney made a decision, it would be done. Yeah. Disney hasn't made a decision. Disney has not enforced anything because it is not a colossal disaster. The Last Jedi was commercially a massive success. I mean, it is one of the second most successful Star Wars movies of all time, which we're going to go into now talking about. Ryan, I don't know if you want to talk about that. Talk about that now here.
I mean, we can transition since we'll talk about the trailer after we talk about this. Yeah. So, someone asked a question about it. It was like, hey, what happened to that Rian Johnson trilogy? And then someone on Twitter said, it's like, oh yeah, that Rian Johnson trilogy is it's still it's still happening. It's just that they're doing other projects first, and then this one's coming in. And then Rian Johnson goes, it's like, oh yeah, that thing's happening. It's just that we're working on it, and we're like working on other stuff too, and Star Wars is gonna do some other stuff first. So, but it's happening. It's like we never said that it was canceled, right? We said it's like we haven't heard about it in a while, so we're assuming the worst, right? But we never said it was like straight up canceled. Like, my sources are saying that Rian Johnson and Disney have no longer business partnership. So yeah, we never. And
the reason why it's still happening is because Kathleen's still in charge. That's just the matter of fact. Like, if she wasn't there, I don't think Jon Favreau or anybody else, like if they were in charge, there wouldn't be any talk of this thing still being on the table. Is it possible that he has some astronomical crazy pitch that it's like in their mind it's undeniably great that they can't pass up on his thing and saying we got to do this even though this thing has been critically mix and match. If there's a way to bring people back in, it's by coming back in and saying like, yeah, I know I had a doozy here, but I've got something great here. I mean, we are talking about a guy that did an incredible job on Knives Out and like these other projects that have been very well acclaimed. Just when it comes to this one particular movie, it's so divisive.
So hear me out.
Maybe he's playing something new for Star Wars.
Hear me out. So The Last Jedi is not my favorite Star Wars movie, not by a long shot. I think, and I think I said it back when we first talked about The Last Jedi, I appreciated how bold the movie was. It was like the this movie took your expectations and flipped it upside down, and kicked it out to the curb, and then invited your expectations back in. Basically, that's what it's. It's like the whole theme of the movie is like, forget the past, kill it if you have to, and that's basically the movie, right? And I appreciate the boldness of it and the creativeness of it. Could the movie be a little bit shorter and here and there? Sure, right? But at the end of the day, I think the movie is probably the most visually striking Star Wars movie of all of the movies. Other than Rogue One. Rogue One had a unique sense of scale that Gareth Edwards, which is still missing in action, can do. Like, he did it with Godzilla 2014. He did it with Rogue One. So other than Rogue One, I think the Last Jedi. I mean, the Last Jedi is the most visually striking Star Wars movie, followed by possibly Rogue One, then Empire, and then it goes. I mean, it's no secret that I, even with all its faults and, you know, the whole silliness and everything, I still enjoyed Rise of Skywalker quite a bit. Like, again, I still enjoyed it more than Episode 2. I still enjoyed it more than Episode 1. You know, more than Solo. Like, I'm good, right? I'm not like angry. I'm angry about, like, yeah, things could be better, right? And I think that listening to your fans is a very important thing, and they're not doing it. That's what I'm angry about. But I think the products have been fine. Like, I bought them. Yeah. Did I buy one twice? No, I did not. No. Rise of Skywalker was defective. My Blu-ray. I had to. Target was kind enough to replace my Blu-ray. So, yeah, man, it's nuts.
I mean, is it possible though that this guy could come back and bring people back on board? Like, could he come back and deliver something that would just make people go crazy? Do you think he would try and stir the pot and make people more angry, or do you think he would just go for something that people would be like, "Oh snap, I gotta take this guy serious"?
I think that Rian Johnson is probably waiting for things to simmer out. He's waiting for fans. He's waiting for the prequel effect. So he's waiting for, you know, fans like old school Star Wars fans hated the prequels, and then the sequels came out, and the prequels are great. We hate the sequels.
Yeah.
So they're gonna wait for he's waiting for that moment, right? Again, dude, and throughout this whole pandemic, I have watched dozens of young people react to the Star Wars movies on YouTube. That's a very popular thing. I would never risk reacting to a movie on YouTube and get copyright stricken, but you know, kudos to them, and you do you, and you keep reacting, so that's good. But I've watched dozens, man, and everyone's watching the sequel movies. It's like Last Jedi. I was like, this movie was freaking crazy. It was awesome, and it was like, oh my god, and Kylo Ren and Luke, oh poor Luke, and then we got to see Yoda again. So this whole thing, and then they go to Rise of Skywalker. It's like, oh my god, I hate Palpatine. It's like, oh, it's like you're getting emotions, right? And I was like, oh, I thought I thought he was dead, and now he's back. I was like, I hate him here. Yeah, I get him, and it's like, dude, I'm enjoying this, right? So that means that it's funny. Have you seen the meme where I don't know which movie is it? Is it a movie or TV show? It's like and like there's like a soldier. I think it's like a Nazi soldier asking the question. It's like, wait, are we the bad guys? It's like old school.
The meme,
it's like it's like old school Star Wars fans going. It's like, wait, are we the bad guys? It's like probably.
I don't exactly. History will tell how we look back on this stuff.
Yeah, and again, I started this episode talking about being a kid and remembering Star Wars toys from 1983 in the shelves. Like, I remember these things at freaking Woolworths. Come on.
Wow.
So, dude, come on. So, I think he's waiting for stuff to like everything to simmer down, and he's probably gonna do the Ray thing. He's gonna do the Ray in the future with Broom Kid and whatever he had planned. Yeah, so.
Man, I mean, I'm curious as well. When we look at the alternate version of Rise of Skywalker, right? What was the name that was going to be? I'm forgetting now what it was originally going to be called.
Duel of the Fates.
Duel of the Fates, yeah. So when you look at the alternate, I'm very curious how involved he was in that ideation. Like, it probably wasn't his child, but like, I feel like he was more aware of what happened there before JJ comes in and does something completely different. So, and many fans have said, like, if Duel of the Fates would have been it, they're like, oh my gosh, this would have been the right way to go. And and honestly, as time continues to go on, like, when I first heard the story of the Duel of the Fates, like what that whole thing was gonna be, my instinct reaction was like, cool, but I don't think anyone would have reacted better to it. And I still kind of feel that way. But as for me personally, I think it feels at least on paper like it could have been a more epic film, and that's what the last film kind of struggled with. It wasn't as epic. Like, it's a fine movie.
It's fun.
But it's not like this. Oh my goodness, what a conclusion! I can't believe it. You know, I recently watched Lord of the Rings again. I saw Return of the King, and I'm like, okay, that's like an epic finale, like they don't hold back. And you kind of feel like this safety disc when you watch like Rise of Skywalker that should have been this epic where they bring in all this stuff and just don't care how crazy. And in Duel of Fates, there was going to be a war. There was going to be an actual war.
So we knew that, and this is like no secret, right? That there were like rewrites like overnight happening for Rise of Skywalker, and reshoots. Like they did like substantial reshoots.
Yeah,
I want to see the JJ cut. Like, there's that interview with Daisy Ridley saying it's like, oh, we don't know who she's related to, and then she's related to Palpatine, and then they started filming, and then like 2 weeks later, oh, we still don't know, and then it was Palpatine
said
back at the end.
It was gonna be Obi-Wan when JJ first talked to her.
Yep. So I wonder if there's like, is there a JJ cut? Like, has the Force Ghosts at the end?
Right.
Like what they're saying.
Ian was in there and all these guys.
Yeah. So that's what I would like to see. Like, if it's there, Disney Plus, do the HBO Max thing, dude. Come on.
Yeah.
And put it out. Like, if the movie's already cut, right? Because say there's a rough cut already, just finish it. And speaking of finish it, Joe, trailer for Mortal Kombat dropped today out of nowhere, and this thing's coming out soon. Like,
April.
HBO Max is killing it, bro. They're killing it. I mean,
their entire lineup, dude. Like, this year they have a lot of movies. Every 2 weeks you get a new movie, basically.
Yeah, dude. So I liked it a lot. I liked it a lot.
Same.
Liked it a lot, man. It's gory. Of course, the original Mortal Kombat movie, it's still good. I think it's probably maybe I haven't watched the Tomb Raider reboot one. Okay. I think
sequel.
I think so. I would dare to say that, other than, and this is like live action video game movies. I would dare to say that Mortal Kombat is probably the best.
Better than Sonic?
Oh no, yeah. Sonic is like way above everything else.
That's a pretty good movie, dude.
Yeah, Sonic is good.
I've watched it like twice now, and it still holds up.
Sonic
great.
is really good. Yeah, I haven't watched Detective Pikachu, which I heard is good too.
Yeah, that's fine, but it's not like Sonic, dude.
Okay, so yeah, Sonic is really good. I would say Sonic and then Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, the first one, because Annihilation is probably No, you know what? There's a King of the Fighters movie with Ray Park as Rugal.
Oh my gosh.
That movie.
Oh my god.
That Joe, you have homework.
I have not seen this, dude.
Joe,
What?
this movie is like Michael Jackson style BADD bad.
Wow.
It is one of the worst movies I have ever seen, dude. Like, and I'm talking about
this up as we're talking.
Dude, this freaking movie and freaking Ray Park as Rugal. Ray Park is like 5'3", and Rugal's supposed to be like 6'6". This like like white long hair, muscular dude. Bro, do you find it?
I think so.
Oh man, who's the lady that's in the movie?
King of the Fighters 2010.
Yeah, with Ray Park, bro.
This looks horrible. Yeah, I got it on IMDb. I could send it over to you.
Oh yeah, I found it. Yeah, bro. What the heck? What's the MD?
It actually has a 3.1 out of 10. So it's like, if 3 out of 10 people like the movie, like that's not.
No.
You can watch it.
Well, that's the thing, right?
You're not gonna be happy.
Like you would watch the movie and you could like it if you never played the video game, bro. I would.
These pictures look offensive, dude.
Okay, give me a second, Joel. Give me a second. We got.
Wait, what is happening here?
I got both of them.
Okay.
I got, dude.
I can respect this.
I got this piece of garbage.
You don't even like it. Yeah,
bro.
And you
this
still
movie's
got it.
bad. It's awful. I would watch this twice over watching KOF again. Screw that movie, man.
This looks bad, dude.
Bro, the freaking like stupid Terry Bogard is a detective. I was like, what the lone like the angry wolf is a detective. One of the most powerful characters in fighting games. Are you kidding me? And dude,
I don't. Oh my gosh.
What's this lady that was in the TV series Nikita?
Oh, I remember her name now.
I have it here. Release dates. No, it's not. It's not release dates.
It's an hour and 33 minutes. This
movie's terrible. Maggie Q. So are you gonna tell me that Maggie Q, right, looks like Mai Shiranui from, like, Mai Shiranui is, other than Chun-Li, she's probably the most iconic fighting game female character. Like, and no, why are you doing this?
So it looks like it's on Amazon Prime Video. I think I have that. So
I watched it on Netflix back in the day.
I might try and do this. I don't know if I can do it, man. This does not look good.
Homework. We'll talk about it next week.
I need like popcorn or something to get me through it.
It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. Oh.
I'll do it.
Okay.
I'll do it, man.
Because it's Ray Park, right?
We gotta do it.
How did this came? Oh, okay. Mortal Kombat.
Ray Park's crazy, dude.
Mortal Kombat. So Mortal Kombat 2021. Very good. Very good. I like that they brought the quintessential Japanese actor, I forgot his name, as Scorpion. I really like him. And I like what they're doing with Sub-Zero, and again, they're not shying away from the violence. I think everyone's well cast. Who's the new guy? Cole? I mean, I haven't played Mortal Kombat since like 4.
Louis Tan playing Cole Young.
Yeah, Cole Young is Yo Young's long lost cousin.
Absolutely. That's
Yeah,
surprised. That's actually me. Just
yeah. So I guess I don't know if he's supposed to be like a movie character.
seems like it.
Yeah, I don't know why they're doing that because there's plenty of like
Yeah.
material to get to like they could focus on Sonya, right? That would have been
Right.
my choice, right? I was like, I would just focus on Sonya Blade and then have her be not like the hero, but
Yeah. Perspective.
like carry the movie exactly. Like we all know that Liu Kang's the hero, right? Or like, there's no going
Right.
around it, right? But I would have like she would have been like you can see the movie and the story through her eyes. That would have been my thing. Why bring a new character? I don't know. I guess we'll see. But other than that, I think I really like what I saw. I think the special effects look very good. The CG looks good, not like Annihilation. Dude, Annihilation has some of the worst CG that I've ever seen in any like actual big released movie. Potentially even worse than King of Fighters. So
Ooh. I'm not
so
excited about this movie.
Joe, just grab a can of some green tea extract or something. Yeah, I know you don't
Oof.
drink coffee, but you just like grab a Red Bull. Got something. So yeah,
You need something to
you
like
need
make you get through it. Yeah, man. I'm not. This movie though,
yeah
Mortal Kombat,
yeah.
like I appreciated that they're sticking true to the intensity of this series. You know, like they're not trying to pacify it. It's gonna be intense. It's gonna be an intense movie. I think there's a lot that they held back in this trailer that when we watched the movie, we're like, oh snap. I mean, I was watching High Score as you recommended, and they talk about the effect of Mortal Kombat and how like
Yeah,
ripping the skeleton right out the dude, like
changed
that was
everything, man.
very harsh and very intense in the gaming space, and it made people look at games
Back in the day,
very
yeah.
serious and not look at it as some kiddie whatever. Like it brought some edginess to it. So
Hmm.
I'm very interested to see how this movie, where people might look at it and be like, oh, what a joke. It's like I don't think this movie's gonna be a joke, man. I think this movie they're gonna keep it serious throughout. I mean, you'll have to have some humor here and there to balance it, but I don't think it's gonna be as funny as people maybe think. Like, oh, it's just some silly video game movie. I think they're gonna take it serious. And what's crazy about all the HBO Max stuff in general, I mentioned to someone else the other day, is like, like they obviously gave us the list of all the movies that they were gonna put out early on. Like The Matrix 4 comes out, all these kind of different things, all the movies that they've listed for this year that are coming out, I don't believe we've seen one trailer for these movies until this same year that they're actually coming out. And usually it's like a month or two before they actually come out.
Hmm.
Like we got what, like Tom and Jerry's coming out. Like we had just gotten the trailer for that. Like was it like Christmas or something? And that's coming out now. Like what, like next week? Kong. Godzilla versus Kong. Like we knew that movie was coming for a while. That movie literally comes out, next a month from today, if I'm not mistaken. And it's like we literally just got that trailer a couple weeks ago. We haven't seen anything again from the Matrix. Mortal Kombat comes out now April, so it's like they're giving us stuff. Yes, not saying it's like the week
Oh.
before or something, but they're giving it to us in the time frame that I would suspect for something similar to like a Netflix, where like they usually would drop a trailer before their movie comes out. Was a breath of fresh air for someone like me. Like this is separate from just the movie in general. It's like nothing against Netflix. Like it's different, but like the quality of content that you get on there, it's very televisiony. Like the budgets are there,
Some
but
of
it's
it
it's
is,
different. Like
yeah.
even their movies, they try, but it's different.
Like I think the only like Netflix movie, or, like original movie that I've watched that I've like enjoyed, like thoroughly enjoyed, is Extraction with
Okay,
Chris
yeah, with
Hemsworth.
Hemsworth, yeah,
Yeah, that
yeah,
movie was really good.
that was pretty good.
Really good.
Was it the Old Guard or something like that? But that was pretty good too. Well, with Charlize Theron, but
Okay.
like this, like when I watched the little things the other day, watching it, it's like it's a breath of fresh air to get like movie theater quality level new films on TV. Like it
Mm-hmm.
is a breath of fresh air to have that. that level. So I'm excited about every other weekend something new. We've got a lot of movies to cover from HBO Max this year, and I
Yeah.
think you are trying to keep it as well. We're to keep your HBO this year. So
I'm
we'll
gonna
see.
I'm gonna try because it's worth it. Like there's a lot,
Suicide
dude.
Squad, and there's plenty of the DC animated films. I don't know how many you've watched. I watched Superman, Man of
Yeah. So
Tomorrow recently.
I started looking at those and it's like, oh, I guess I should start like watching some of these because I used to watch them whenever there was one like on Netflix, like a random
Yeah,
one. I would go and watch it, but they're all there now, almost. Like
yeah.
not all of them are, but yeah. Which is
And then
funny because I
you'll get like Titans this year. You'll get all that stuff on there.
yeah yeah I was actually tempted to watch Titans yesterday and actually watched more of the Toys That Made Us.
Oh
So
yeah,
yeah.
I'd recommend you watch 616 on Disney Plus if you're like they had a toy episode as well for the um, Marvel Toy Creations episode. That was really good on their
Cool.
the Disney 616.
Okay.
But yeah, man,
Cool.
we got stuff
Cool.
this year.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Speaking of stuff this year, Joe, there was a Nintendo Direct that was dropped. Surprise! It was announced on Monday, and then we had it just yesterday, right? Yesterday afternoon.
Yep.
Um, there's a few announcements that I want to talk about. Not we're not gonna go over everything, because there is quite a bit, but we're just gonna talk about the big ones. Zelda, no Zelda for you, sir.
No Zelda.
No Zelda for you. So, so, um, so we get Eiji and Uma come out and it's like, hey guys, I'm Eiji and Uma in charge of Zelda. If you're looking for Zelda news, I ain't got them. But, but here's the game that you can play. And we're getting Skyward Sword HD, coming out on July 16th for the Switch. They have reintegrated the motion controls into the Joy-Cons, and they've added button controls to the game now. So you don't have to use only your Joy-Cons to play the game. You know, only use move controllers. Basically, you can use buttons. And yeah, they've announced a couple of special edition Joy-Cons, which look really nice.
Oh, beautiful.
They look really, really nice, Joe. I'm tempted into like dropping $80 on those because it's expensive.
Yeah.
Like
it's
this
crazy.
guy's like they're 70, right? They're $69.99. They're the same as a DualSense.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy. And I think that overall the DualSense is a much more like I love. Like before the DualSense, the Switch Pro controller was my favorite controller ever because it had everything. The only thing it's missing is a headphone port.
Mm.
But the DualSense changed everything. Like this controller is too awesome.
It's fantastic.
It's too much. So yeah, that's I think in my opinion the biggest announcement to come out of that Nintendo Direct. Splatoon 3 coming out next year. They are really having a change of scenery on that one, so that's good. They're keeping it, they're refreshing it, so that's good. Mario Golf Super Rush. So we haven't had Mario Golf since the GameCube, right?
Yeah, I was pretty excited for this because instantly when it came up, I was like, "Oh, this has almost like some remind me of the Wii. Like if you have motion controls or whatever, like that would be so much fun."
And they said,
And then they instantly demo it right there, and I'm like, "Okay, I'm in. I'm in.
yeah,
This
this
would be a
looks,
fun party game, dude."
yeah, this looks like a lot of fun. So June 25th for that one, and yeah, it looks a lot of fun actually.
Yeah.
I think this game could definitely give like Mario Party a run for its money because
Yeah, the reception online was really positive for this one. It looked great.
yeah, it looks really good. We had an announcement for a Star Wars game.
Surprise, surprise.
It's a hero shooter. No, I guess they're calling it a free to play squad based online multiplayer third person action shooter by Zynga. So Zynga's making this game. It's set in the Mando time period, of course, between Return of the Jedi and Force Awakens. So, do you have any expectations for this game, sir? Or low, high, medium? How
No,
are they?
low expectations. Like I think it's gonna be a very, very standard. But I'm excited for it purely because it's Star Wars and it's Star Wars on the Switch, and I have yet to have it like this. And it's free. Like if it's a
It's
free
free.
play and I can just jump in and just jump into a quick match.
You're not
Yeah, I
gonna
mean I do that with Battlefront already,
not
so
gonna do any microtransactions.
I know. Ooh.
Now, is this game coming up for anything else, or is it a Switch exclusive?
Because it hit me from left field, I'm gonna assume it's a Switch exclusive, but I
Okay.
don't know. I can imagine that changing over time if the appeal
Yeah, I
is
mean
pretty big.
it's a Zynga game. I
Yeah,
would assume it would be out on PC
PC. Yeah,
at least.
that's true.
Let's do a quick Google search for Star Wars Hunters. Oh, it's on StarWars.com already.
Nice.
Well, I mean, at least the announcement is. So
Yeah.
it says here, will be available free to download on the Nintendo Switch, App Store, and Google Play.
Oh, okay.
So
So on your phones
it's a
as well.
mobile game.
Hmm.
Yeah, so the mobile game is gonna be on the Switch.
Keep your expectations low.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Please don't be excited. They announced an expansion pass for Age of Calamity, and let's see, Capcom Arcade stuff, which is all great. Nothing too crazy. Gonna play some more Animal Crossing.
Hey, you got that Mario patch coming in. Why not?
Yeah, that looked pretty good. Pretty good. Basically, that was the biggest announcements. Oh, there's a Ninja Gaiden collection.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed Sigma and Sigma 2. Never played 3 because I heard it was bad. Then they reworked the game, and they released that Razor's Edged version, and that was supposed to be a little bit better, but um, I wonder if that's coming out for anything else. If it's gonna be a Switch game. I mean, these games are in on the Vita,
Right.
like Sigma and Sigma 2. So um, we could still get like a PS3 port of those games on the Switch, and they would still look good and run well. So hopefully that's the case. And it runs at 60 because these games need to run at 60. That's the thing.
Oh
So,
yeah.
other than that, that is basically it. I mean, I don't see
Yeah, man.
anything else that I really want to talk about. But I am grabbing that Zelda for sure.
Yeah.
I never owned a Wii, so
Me either. You and I both were not Wii guys. I was a GameCube guy, but not a Wii guy.
yeah, you jumped to PS3 after the GameCube.
Yep.
Yeah. Um, yeah, so I'll grab the Zelda because I never played it. I really want to I want to play it. I mean, I sort of kind of know what goes on in Skyward Sword, but um, it's good. I think Skyward Sword has a lot of connections to Breath of the Wild, to the
I
overworld.
still gotta play that.
Dude, you need to play Breath of the Wild. Come on.
My
Like there,
backlog's getting crazy now.
yeah. There's a lot of places on Breath of the Wild that are just like exact, like basically ruins of stuff that you see in Skyward Sword, because it's in like 10,000 years in the future or whatever. So, it's very interesting. Like Breath of the Wild, I think the games that has the more connection to is probably Skyward Sword, Ocarina of Time, and Twilight Princess. Like those
Wow.
are the games that are really most connected, and those are like the most of like the crazy theories surrounding Hyrule and Breath of the Wild are like those are the games that are like, oh, this is this place from this game, this place from this game, this place from this game. So it's very interesting. Very good game, sir. You should play that game.
I need to.
Yep. That is what we got. Unless there's
we got.
breaking news, I haven't checked. I haven't done a news scrub here, but
Yes, sir. Let's send this on away. I appreciate you all for your time, your support, of course, sticking with us. So we ask that you stay subscribed to the podcast version of the show where podcasts are found: iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, Spotify, Amazon Music. We are there. Make sure to also subscribe to our video version on our YouTube channel. share these videos, share these episodes with others. Make sure to follow us on social media at No Load Time. That's at No Load Time. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. You may also send us an email. We'd love to hear from you. So send an email to noloadtime@gmail.com. That's noloadtime@gmail.com. Again, thank you all very much, and we look forward to being with you on our next episode. I cannot wait, Obed, for this next episode of WandaVision.
Yep.
We're getting there.
Yep. Definitely. I'm gonna try to stay spoiler free for at least a day, and we'll see it.
I got you, man.
Thank you, guys. Stay safe. We'll see you again next time.